Okay, this is gonna be a quick video. We're just gonna. I saw Amara and Mariana talking about the stay-at-home girlfriend, and I'm glad that there's like some black girl talking about it because, um, oh god, she basically, I think she has the right idea. She's saying like being a stay-at-home girlfriend is basically cute, and the idea of it is really cute. Now, here's the thing. What a lot of the black girls have been doing on Instagram and YouTube is this pick me thing. So, what black girls on YouTube have been doing is just saying, I want a dude, some dude who's probably cute. Maybe he's like an influencer. Something about him is like attractive. It has nothing to do with his socioeconomic status or meaning his money, like how much like his lifestyle. Like, does this guy have his own apartment? Does he have his own house? Does he have his own business? Does he make over like $150,000 a year so that he can actually provide you with like a middle class life? Because to be honest, that's a middle class life. That's not even like upper class people are like Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. Making $150,000, you are not fucking Kim Kardashian. So when everyone's telling you like, oh, it's the 1% that make that much, or even if he makes like 70,000, between like 70,000 and like $100,000 a year, you guys are gonna live a pretty decent life. Like ask, or I mean, maybe if he makes like $56,000 a year, I guess, but he lives somewhere where like the cost of living is lower. So you just ask yourself how he's living now. Like, does he have an apartment on his own? Like, not with 17 roommates. Because dudes who live with like 12 other people, there's something wrong with them. Like, why are you coupled up with a bunch of other grown ass men? Like, something's wrong with you. Like, how are you? It doesn't make any sense. And like, so many of them are doing that, and it's so weird. I can't even describe the sort of weirdness that I see. It's people talking about it. This is like the men from the developing world thing. It's like they'll be like married or something, but their wives will be in like Guatemala or Mexico or some weird shit. And we're all supposed to be like, okay. Like, it's fine. Or so, I don't even know. Like, it's all so strange. I can't really describe all of it. It's so fucking strange. Like, it can't just be me who feels this way. Like, you guys have this. You guys see this too, bro. It's not just me. Like, dude, like, no, seriously. Like, I'm trying to describe this to you guys. So, these people, they like legitimately like live at home, like, oh, they'll still be living with their parents. Like, you guys are adults. How are you living like this? How? Or they'll have like 27 roommates and you'll just be sitting there like, this doesn't make any sense. Let's go back to though why it would be. So the thing is, like, you're going to have to work. Okay, so maybe the first step is like you're living at home with your parents, and then, you're like, okay, and then you want to get a boyfriend. Really, I mean, if you're over 18, you just have to ask yourself, like, okay, are you guys going to live together then? If you start having sex with somebody, you should honestly be asking yourself certain questions, like, are you guys in a relationship? If you are in a relationship, what does that mean? So now are you guys like living if you're like just smashing somebody, I don't know. I feel like if you're just out here smashing and not trying to have any commitments, you need to be in college. Like, you need to be in like a safe space. I don't feel like you could do that in like general society. I feel like it's just too unsafe to do that. So if you're in college and you're doing that, there's already some barrier that's been put into place. Like, at least everybody there has like gone through the barriers to like get into school, right? So like, already that, or at like a particular job, right? Like, it's like if the person's like showing up every day to the job, it's like clearly they have some sort of ambition where it's like, okay, at least they're gonna do that, you know what I mean? Because like, some people really, they just honestly just be about nothing. So it's like, okay, so you've gotten through the first barrier of like, okay, this person's like about something, and they like are about education, or they're about their job, whatever it is. Okay. And then it's like, if you're in this relationship with the person, it's like, where are you guys going to live? That, like, seriously, are you both? Then this is like kind of a big question for the black community. Like, Kenya has made a couple of videos about this in the past, and maybe I'll go find them and kind of like put them in the description box. But she was talking about how like so many adults right now can't figure out adulting. Now, in like traditional white society, people are pretty quick to like move in with each other and just kind of try it out. Like, maybe they'll hook up for a minute, but if they're like actually seriously in a relationship with somebody, they live together. Like, girl, it's like one apartment, one girl, one guy. Most of the time both people have jobs. Most of the time both people like share a vehicle and they share bills. And that's how they have two incomes. So if you have two minimum wage incomes in one household, you can actually afford shit. You can like share chores. You know what I'm saying? You can like share shit. The weird part about it is like everyone's doing this like situationship sort of thing where you have a whole bunch of people from the same gender. So it's like four dudes and four girls, like four girls living together, four dudes living together. And then they're like having situationships with one another while they're all in these like really shared situations. Like, that doesn't make sense. People need to commit. Like, you need to just pick a person and be like, okay, now this is my person, and like try to make it work with that person. Otherwise, like, I don't know, y'all need to just figure out how to live on your own. Like that, like for me, I have seen that shit happening and I don't play those games. Like, I can do bad by myself. Like, for me personally, I roll with like Keto Rose in this sense where it's just like, no, honey, like legit, I can do bad by myself. I don't need three other people to like be with me to like have some weird living situation. Like, I mean, my apartment's not like great, but I have like my bed and my tub, my gym, my roof, my microwave. Like, I don't know, that's what I've got. And right, I've got my one little fucking coffee cup. It ain't that much, but shit, it's something, and it's what I've got. Like, I don't understand, like, some of y'all don't even have that. Like, and you can get that by just being a waitress. So when you're talking about like a step up from that and being like a stay-at-home girlfriend, being a stay-at-home girlfriend is being a waitress for one person. If you're not in a relationship, then you can be a waitress you can serve the community and actually make money to live alone. Or you can serve one person and then, you know, not pay anything because you're paying in your womanness. That's the cost. Like, women have a price. And I've been saying this for so long. Like, men kind of, it doesn't really matter. Like, they're going to have to pay. They're going to have to foot the bill. And there's this expectation that it's the same for women, and it's just not. Like, honestly, women have a ticket because they have a vagina, and that's just the way life goes. So if you don't have one, then, except unless you're a gay man. If you're a gay man, then you can play the woman in the relationship, right? And be, I think you call it like a dom or a sub or something. But if you're in a heterosexual relationship, women have a leg up because they have vaginas. And so just by being alive, you have your vagina token. And that's kind of actually what Akon was getting at, that like women have a place in society, because they do. They do. Women have a place in society. And everyone else doesn't have to like it. Like, they don't have to feel a particular way about it. They don't have to, they can be mad, they can be happy. Like, it just doesn't matter. Right? Like, what matters, I think it's just really important for women to have options, because like, if you're not in a relationship with someone, fine, it's okay to be single. Be single and have a job. Like, if you're single, you need the job because you don't have the boyfriend paying your bills, and you can't rely on your parents forever. So if you're single, you need the job, but that doesn't mean you have to be some girl boss, woman or man hating girl. Like, you don't have to be that. You can still be nice to guys. You can still have male friends. Like, you can still go out to the bar. You can still wear dresses. You can wear makeup. Like, you can be a girl and be single. Being a single girl is a thing. We are out here. But also, being a stay-at-home girlfriend is a thing. Being a wife is a thing. Being a mother is a thing. Being a single girl is a thing. Like, all of those are equal spots, okay, that you like can hold in society. I'm not even saying you have to, and I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying you can. That's what I'm saying. You can. It is a thing. But in order for that to be possible for the black community, and this is why I want to talk about black women specifically, because like, that would mean that there would have to be black men who have real jobs, who have apartments, okay, where they could actually like foot the bill for two people. Right now, most black men can't even foot the bill for themselves. Like, they're barely paying their own bills. And when I say that, I mean, like, these dudes are living off of, like, bologna sandwiches, and they're, like, check to check. Like, they literally cannot afford another body in their house. Like, if you were to go live with them, you would almost be like a roommate, because there's, like, this expectation that you contribute 50% of the bills. That's not a stay-at-home girlfriend. That's a roommate. That's a roommate. Men can get other males to be their roommates if they want to share bills. The stay-at-home girlfriend, her labor is like her body, her womanness, her cleaning and cooking. It has no, there's no monetary exchange. She's not paying any bills. If a guy cannot foot all of his own bills, then he can't afford a stay-at-home girlfriend, obviously, right? And this is why, like, I think men are trying to make it like this funny thing. There's the leftover women, the leftover women. There's not leftover women. There's just women who have figured out that, like, the competition is kind of stiff in all the spots, right? Like, women, like, men are competing against jobs. Like, if a girl gets a job where the perks are better than what the dude is offering her, she's going to take the job. Like, why would I be in a relationship right now with somebody when, like, all my jobs give me, like, free food, really good food too, or, like, really cheap, like, really discounted, really great food and money where I can, like, live in my apartment and I don't have to deal with any people that I don't want to. I get my isolation. I pay for food in my isolation. If a guy can't do better than that, like, if his company isn't great and he's not providing food, then why would I be with him? I would just leave. That's what I do. I don't know. Just choose. Like, if your stay-at-home girlfriend situation is optimal, like, the dude is worth being with, like, he's providing more than you can provide for yourself. All I'm trying to prove to you guys is you could be a whole ass waitress and provide for yourself, right? And have all the shit that the stay-at-home girlfriend has. And then if the right dude comes along and he wants to make you a stay-at-home girlfriend, then okay, do it. Try it. It's not, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not knocking it. I think it's a good situation. I'm just saying, like, for most black women, you're not going to find that with black dudes. Other dudes, yeah, other dudes easily, like, you could totally be a stay-at-home girlfriend for them. So, then start to swirl, date outside your race. And yeah, you could just be a stay-at-home girlfriend. It's a thing. I don't see it that often because, like, most black women don't date outside of their race. So that's just a thing. Like, I personally do, but, like, most black women don't. And so, yeah, maybe this is a call to action to date outside of your race. And also just date somebody who has their own apartment. Start there. If he doesn't have his own apartment, he should be undateable.